we are ready also.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everyone. Welcome to Crypto Astronaut community. Today we're going to discuss about the K voltage. So here is our honorable guest. So sir, first of all, could you please say a little about yourself?
Sure. So I'd like to also turn my camera on here and also invite João to turn his camera on so you guys can actually see us here. So hey guys, um, we would like to start so briefly introducing our team for you, and also I would like to make an invitation for you guys to get to know more our website. Here is everything that you guys are seeing here are all related to Kavolt, related to our ecosystem, to our NFTs, our history, and everything that we made. But about the team, I also like to pass this for João, and he is also our CEO. I'd like him to answer about the team.
Thank you very much, Anderson. So we are going to start talking about our team. We have two things that we are really proud of our team. First thing is that we have a team of diverse backgrounds, and we also share we share core values. They are really important, but I'll talk about that after I introduce the team. We have our CEO, Kleber Selros, that has experience in banking services, payment services, 16 years of experience there. I am a co-CEO. I have worked in the financial market for several years, and I am investing seriously in crypto since 2018, so a couple of years. And I am an electronic engineer, and also I'm taking care of the solar plants. And Kleber is overseeing mainly the IT systems, devs, and stuff like that. We have in our marketing, the head of our marketing, Sandoval Martins. He is founder of a marketing and communication company, but he has graduation in law, and he's also specialist in advertising. He's heading and he coordinates all the K-Volt's marketing process together with Jacques Marçal, which is our head of Web 3.0 marketing. He has a formation in consumer neuroscience and neuromarketing, specialist in marketing for blockchain. He has large experience with Web 3.0 projects such as Flocky Inu. He has worked with these projects. Seifo, Leighton, Coinzilla, also Cardano, and Ethereum Log. So he has a strong experience in Web 3.0 projects. Our head of communities, Anderson Alves, which is here with us today, and he will be doing most part of our presentation. He has a strong experience in NFT games. He has started his professional life in play-to-earn games in Brazil, with a large experience with that. He has worked with some traditional games, and after he played also in games such as X Infinity, Titan, Arena, BE4. He participated in many Brazilian esports teams. Also, he had participation in several game projects to help develop its economy and balance matchmaking on those projects, helping to manage related communities. So he is the guy from games. He has experience with communities in Web 3.0. So we are with him today. So we can be assured that he can answer any question that you have about our project in this part of Web 3.0, all the tokenomics and vesting systems and smart contract, everything regarding that part. I'll be glad to answer you all about the business strategy and also about the solar plants and the energy sector. That's my field. I would like to also introduce Amilcar Zalafan, which is our head of all the design, industrial design of our platforms and our app. He connects every part of he will be in charge of connecting every part of the business, and having the objective of dealing with our image. So he's our specialist in advertising and marketing also. We have also in our core team Renata Leitão, which is a journalist. She's our public relations and media also. She's the person that is producing our contents about our advertising, and she has a huge experience a large experience in some Brazilian broadcast companies, important ones like Rede Globo and Record, acting as a reporter and a producer also in those companies. So that is our core team currently. But we have a staff of law advisors, accountants, controllers, customer service area also. They are located in our headquarters in a city in the north of Brazil, which is João Pessoa, and we have also two teams of IT systems, our devs. One is focused on our smart contract. It's a well-recognized team in Brazil. It's of experienced engineers and software engineers. And we have also our team. It's kind of a Web 2.0 team that it's developing our app, our platforms, and also it's a team that is formed. It's formed by a local company. Our blockchain team of devs is located in São Paulo, one of the biggest city, Brazil. And our Web 2.0 is located close to our headquarters in João Pessoa. Our Web 2.0 team has large experience in developing systems for the solar energy sector. So they will help us a lot with our app and all the platforms that will help us to manage our business. So that is our team. And at the end, I would like just to say that we are very proud of it. We have diversity of backgrounds, as you could see, and in relevant areas. And also we have an emphasis in core values of transparency and hard work. So all these professionals they have the ability and the motivation to fulfill this mission, and we are really proud of it. Anderson, please.
Also,
Yes,
guys,
sir.
you can check our LinkedIn here. We are all doxed, so you guys can actually see and get to know more about ourselves.
Definitely, and all their social links have been put at our Crypto Astronaut community. Anyone may check. So K-Voltage were born out of this desire to popularize clean and cheap energy, but more than that, to give the common citizen the power over the energy he consumes. So Anderson, you may start your presentation.
Okay. Uh, First of all, I would like to thank you guys for the opportunity for being here and showing for this great community how our project works. I'm for sure a person that are always there on these communities in Telegram voice chats. I've been even worked as an EMA hoster for some time of my life. So I do know this one here is a great community. I'd like to first of all thank all of you guys for being here. And this first part of the presentation, as it is related to the physical structure of the business, João would know even much more better than me how to present this part, so I'd like to pass it for him. But about the tokenomics and all the other specific Web3 aspects, I will be there to gladly present for you guys and also answer all your community questions and your question as well, Jeannie.
Thank you, Anderson. And thank you, Gene. You're right. You have just said what is our main motivation for doing this business. And it is one of it is to give some control for ordinary people, ordinary consumer, of which kind of energy they want to consume. I want to start presenting the reasons why we were doing this business, saying that we have, first of all, we are living in the whole world, not just in Brazil, but in the whole world, we are living a changing paradigm in the energy sector. It is changing from a centralized paradigm, which is a paradigm where companies that run the electric sector are huge companies, and they have invested a lot for the energy sector to operate. It needs a high amount of capital, and those companies, they have the reason to be huge companies, and the reason for the sector to be run by these huge companies. And because the sector in some time in the history, they need it was a necessity of huge capital investment. But the paradigm is changing, mainly because of the new technologies that have been developed in the past 10 years. Mainly, the main one is the photovoltaic panels for solar energy generation. These technologies, they allow the production to be held closer to the consumers. So the paradigm is changing from a centralized paradigm to a decentralized one. So distributed energy generation is causing this change in paradigm, and that's the reason why we are doing this business, because we are trying to take the most of the opportunities that are being happening in this change of paradigm. And one of it is that in the centralized paradigm, it's very hard for the small and medium-sized businesses to set up a business in the energy sector. It's very hard because, first of all, there is some monopoly power in the hands of the huge companies, the companies that run the electric sector. And there are also requirements of capital that small and medium-sized companies cannot accomplish, cannot attain. So medium-sized and small companies are out of the electric sector in most parts of the world, mainly in Brazil. And that's the reason why the electric sector in most parts of the world is not a competitive sector. And as a result, it's a costly and not an efficient way of producing energy. So energy is expensive in most parts of the world. And one of the reasons for that is that it's not a competitive sector. And that's the reason why it's changing in paradigm, because of we need the world, society, and the technologies. They supply this possibility of distributed energy generation, which is less costly, more efficient, and allows competition, allows small business and medium-sized business to enter the market. So our aim is to focus on this type of energy generation way. To focus on the small and medium-sized plants, solar plants, and to focus on small and medium-sized companies. Also in the consumer side of this equation, because we had two main problems that we try to solve. The first one is in countries like Brazil, we have a credit constraint. Companies, small companies and medium-sized companies, they face a lot of difficulties to get money to invest in a solar plant. So that's the reason why K-Volts was born, is to use the money of crypto investors, which is a cheap and uncomplicated way to raise money, and to use that money not only to build its own factories, but also to finance entrepreneurs, businesses to build their solar plants. And we can finance anyone. It's our mission is to popularize this type of energy production. If you want to start producing your own energy, you just need one solar panel on the roof of your house, to install it on the roof of your house, connect it to the grid, and you will start producing your own energy. And you can also be financed if you don't have enough resources to build that small factory. You can be financed by a company such as K-Volt. And another problem that we have faced, just going to the end.
So just before that, I'd like to point something about what you said that I think is very important for you guys to understand. An example for that will make you guys understand better how it really works and what is happening right now. You guys do remember when Bitcoin was launched and it was actually affordable and you would profit from mining Bitcoin, and that was the beginning of everything. That was the start of all the decentralization. And what we are seeing here in green energy and also specifically related to solar energy is this decentralization. People all around the world, they have their own house and they have their own solar panel that is into the grid, and it's possible for them to make their own energy. Just as Bitcoin started, this is also happening all around the world with solar energy, and that's a thing that will grow more and more because one of the most valuable things we have is energy. And you guys know that there are sources out there that they are limited, they eventually will end. So it's a thing that all the world is already looking at, and that's happening. The construction of these kind of green energies and also self produce your own energy. So please go on, John.
Yes, exactly. I agree totally. And you have completed exactly what I was trying to show you guys. But we had another problem, another issue that we faced when we were trying to set up this solar plant, solar business, which was the difficulty of dealing with the companies that run the electric sector in Brazil. Because of this centralized paradigm, we have huge companies that are inefficient, and most of the small and medium-sized businesses that want to start a business in the solar energy sector, they face a lot of difficulties of dealing with it. For example, if you wanted to wanted to get a solar plant connected to the energy grid in Brazil, you need to ask for the license, and probably it's likely that you will wait a long time in line for the company the company that runs the electric sector to give you the permission, and that is sometimes prohibitive for small businesses. And just to mention one difficulty of dealing with this kind of companies, so we came up with the idea that if you could set up a platform, such as an app, that could deal that the producers, the entrepreneurs and businesses that want to build their own solar plant, they could connect to the platform, and the platform could manage this relationship between the solar energy production and the companies that run the energy sector in Brazil. So the platform, the main reason for it is, so we came up with the idea, then we set up this, we are setting up this connectivity business, which is part of the K-Volts business, which is to connect producers to the consumers in a pretty much like a way that in a way very very close to what is being of how work the Uber app, for instance. The Uber app connects a person that has a car and that wants to sell his transportation service to a person that wants the transport service. We do that in the same ways. The difference is that we are connecting the producer of energy, of solar energy, to the consumer that wants to consume clean energy. So our app has that function, and it works as a connectivity hub between these two parts of the business, the producer and the consumer. So it will help the producer with the costs of searching for clients, because the platform will do all the marketing, and then we'll look for the clients, and the producer will not have the costs of doing that, and also will not have the troubles of dealing with the companies that run the electric sector, because that mission will be that function will be done by the company, by the platform, which is an app. So that is our answer for the second problem that we faced on this energy sector, and that platform is an app, which is it will make the management of all the energy production. It will show to the consumer, the producer, the energy that has been injected in the grid, and also the credits that have been given back from the companies that run the electric sector to this, and have been allocated to the consumers. Anderson will explain that a little bit better next. All this procedure of injecting energy in the grid and getting back from the companies that run the electric sector credits of energy. It's something that is especially related to the Brazilian reality, but it happens in a way that is there is a something. It varies in some parts of the world, but it's kind like the same thing. But in Brazil, that happens, and with this procedure of giving back credits of energy, and the app will manage all this thing pretty much like what the Uber app does with the management of the transport service. It registers the path of the trip. It registers everything that it's important for that service to be registered. We will do that. The app will do that for the producers, for the consumers, and also it's a payment facilitator because we will have a credit card that will be used by the consumers to pay their electric bill, and the app will manage that also. And it's also a crypto wallet because we will have all the payments inside this system will be in crypto. It's our token, an internal token. We have two tokens. An internal one that will not be listed. It will serve it will work just as a payment token. So it's the KWZ token. It's an internal one. And so every payment, for example, the producer, when he injects the energy in the system, he will be rewarded using this token. And also the consumer that will pay his bill to the system, to his electric bill to the system, he will not pay any more to the company that runs the electric sector since we are allocating energy credits to him. So his electric bill that is presented by the company that runs the electric sector will be zero. But he will still be paying his electric bill because the system will calculate his electric bill, what would be his electric bill, and he will pay using the credit card, but he will receive cashback of 20% of the bill that he has paid, and that cashback will be also in crypto, in KWZ token. And we also have external token, which will be listed, the KVZ, which is the one that we have our seed and private sale already on in our website. And the KVZ token is the token that is listed and external, and there is a conversion between the KWZ token and the KVZ token. So anytime that a producer or a consumer that has a KWZ token in his wallet, that he wants to make money with that, he will have to convert to KVZ, which is a listed token, and with KVZ, he have the chance to sell it in the exchange and make money with that. So I took a long time to explain, but I believe me, it's a summary. I just summarized it. We have, if I explained to you all the steps, all the details, we would be here for the whole day. So I try to summarize. I'm sorry if I took too long. I will pass to Anderson if Anderson wants to say something about it. Or Jean, please make yourself comfortable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. No
Okay,
problem. Yeah, Anderson, go on.
I would just like to point out some things, Jeannie, to make it clear for you guys. I think it's very important for you guys to get the big picture of how these energy credits work here in Brazil. Imagine that Brazil is a really huge country. We have here 26 states, and some of them are, for example, as big as some countries. For example, one of our states is as big as Italy, for example. There are some even bigger. So as it is a huge country, we we have a lot of different ways that thing works in each country, and one of them is related specifically to energy. Each country here have their own energy company that cannot make their own rules, but they can take the law and interpret the law as they want to, and sometimes they can, for example, raise the price of the energy, and you can't really choose. The only one allowed to sell directly this energy to you in the easiest way is the government. So you as a consumer here in Brazil, you don't get the opportunity to choose, and that's where Kavolt join in. When you are, for example, a producer of green energy, you receive not money for the energy that you produce, but energy credits. And these energy credits, they can be used to pay your electric bill each month. The main problem here is that you can't really sell these energy credits if you aren't a huge, and when I mean huge, it's really a big uh, power plant that produce a lot of energy in a month. You can't sell them in the free market. So these credits, they are going to remain there, and you are going to get a lot of more credits that you won't be able to use, and you can't transfer them to other person. You can transfer them for yourself, but you also need to have another house. So you guys see that it's not simple, and these credits, they will expire in 5 years. So there are today in Brazil already a lot of power plants and companies and small companies that produce this energy, and they will eventually lose their energy credits because they can't sell it. And we have the context of these people, and every day I can say that a lot of people research votes and they come for us asking, oh, just a minute. They even came to Kavolt asking us how we made everything, how we will be able to sell these energy credits, because there are a lot of people out here in Brazil that have these energy credits remaining and they can't sell or do anything with them. And as I told you guys, it's not legal to actually sell them yourself, but you can join a consortium, and by this consortium, it's possible for you to have. Actually, it wasn't possible. Kavolt made it possible for our customers, for our clients, to use our ecosystem, to use our platform, to use our app, and this excess of energy credits, they will actually be able to have a cashback in KWZ directly into their wallet. That is our app Exam. It's much likely a wallet and also a credit card. So Kavolt here we have our own credit card, our own flag, and that's also important thing. And we are going to be international. We already are, but I'd like to explain a little bit more about our credit card. But but just for you guys to get to know the big picture, as I told you, the main problem here is these people that have a lot of energy credits and they can't do anything with them. So, what we actually made to solve this problem is to create our own app, as John just explained for you guys. And we have in Kavod these two kind of customers that are the ones that produce energy and they give, not give, they transfer to us, they sell to us these energy credits when they join our consortium. And we have also people that don't want a power plant in their house, don't want a solar energy panel in their house, but they just want to pay less in their energy bill, or and also want to invest in green energy. So what we offer for these people that just want to use our energy credits to have a discount on their electric bill is around 20%, a 20% discount in their monthly energy bill. So you guys can imagine that for a company in a year, imagine that you guys are spending 20% less every month in energy. That's a thing that you for sure can't go on with our business without it. That's what we offer, and that's totally possible because, as I told you guys, we have in fact a lot of offer of these energy credits, and also we have our own power plants that will generate these energy credits. We even have one built up, but that's just for you guys to understand how everything works together, and where everything goes on. And now that you guys know the conversion to KWZ and KVZ exists, later on I'd like to explain our tokenomics and more about our KVZ, that is our token that will be our outside token. It will be listed on DEX and other platforms.
Definitely. So thank you, Anderson, and also the Maluf sir, for your great descriptions about your project. I think everyone has got it. So I just wanted to know that what is the real importance of the K-Vaults in being the first company in the Brazil to be with the scheduled launch on that is BSC pad? Can you say more about it?
I think it's that is for you.
Oh, I was talking mute. So, sure. Guys, as you can see here, we have our seed sale and our private sale already going on. The difference is that on our seed sale, you have to invest at least $500, and in our private, there is the minimum amount of $100, 5,000, I mean, dollars in our seed sale. So, the thing is that we recently been on Binance English Live, and that was really a pleasure for us. We are actually the first Brazilian project to present there. And for me, I love Binance. I love BNB Smart Chain, even much more than other chains out there because I use it every day. Since I started working with projects, I know there are problems and everything, but I use it every single day. So it was really a pleasure to me to be there on Binance. And we have already this partnership with BSC Pad for our seed sale, and they already made a deal with us, and they are going to sell some part of our seed sale tokens into their platform that is BSC Pad, as you guys know. Also, I would like to point out that for our private sale that just started yesterday, we already have a partner, a launchpad that offered for us to buy 50%. In fact, they didn't want to buy 50%, they want to buy all our private sale tokens, but we didn't agree with that. That a lot of reasons for, but mainly because we don't want to deny the access to our Brazilian community because we are Brazilian and we have here a huge system of payment called Pix that people use a lot more than crypto. It's basically crypto but with real world utility. So we decided to give these 5 million, this remind this we decided to take this offer that they gave to us for buying these 10 millions, and we offered them 5 millions, and the 5 millions remain. We put out there on our website for our Brazilian community and also for you guys. You can buy from here, and that's it. I can't reveal the name of this partner we have yet because it's not everything done already, done set up. There are some few details that we are still going on to finish the deal, but everything is pretty much closed up. There are really some details that we have to point out before releasing the name. But that's it. I'd like to give you guys the information about these two huge partners that we have and are for sure backing us up.
Exactly. I just want to add something, if you allow me. We understand the importance of Binance, and we are proud of being in the BSC pad. And also, I just want to say that we also are proud of being here. We know that the crypto astronaut is a huge community, very important one, and we think to be here, and we are here to answer any question that you have about our business. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I saw that a lot of people are waiting to ask you questions, but before that, I just want to know that why your cables project is different from others. Can you say a little bit about it?
Yeah, that's an interesting question as well. I think what makes Kavot really different, and I'll pass it for João. I'd just like to point out some few things. First of all, I do believe our tokenomics and our system is very well thinked, and that's because we have, for example, João himself is master in economics, but we also work with a lot of experienced people in this specifically smart chain area to create our business, our VEST system, and everything that was built up. So that's why we have our certification from Solid Proof, and everything that you guys will see on our white paper and on our website, and that I'm telling you guys here, is going to happen exactly as is shown, because we can't actually change anything on our smart contract. So we have the safe thing about our smart contracts and Web3 related stuff, but we also have a project that is unique, and not just you are not just investing in green energy here. You are actually, when you buy KVZ, you are actually kind of buying energy. It's crazy to say that, but the point we want to get in Kavolt, at least I want a lot to get in this Kavolt, is to people to see our coin as valuable as green energy, because that's exactly what it is. We are not only making green energy and selling it and putting back into our graphic. We are making possible that everyone from Brazil and later on everyone around the world create their own power plant, create their own energy solar panel integrated with our app and our ecosystem. But I would like to pass it for João.
Okay, thank you. Exactly. Agree totally. I would start that answer saying that in Brazil there is no one project that has managed to not only make a link between the crypto world and the solar energy sector effectively, because there were some projects, in my knowledge, that tried to do that, but at the end they were not succeeded. They didn't succeed. And the main reasons for that is that most of those projects didn't know they didn't know they were not from the energy sector. They didn't know exactly what were the main less costly manners of producing energy in Brazil, and also in terms of the crypto part of our business, we are really different from the most of the projects because of our technical efficiency in this area. We have professionals such as Jackson, which is has a huge experience, as well as Anderson also in the crypto sector, and professionals that helped us to design the tokenomics in a way that it would be an efficient tokenomics. We protect the price, and we will also guarantee that the token will appreciate its value. So that is the first part of my answer. So in technical terms, there is no project that is in my knowledge in Brazil that can be compared with this project, for sure. Really don't know in the rest of the world. I am following some really good projects in the energy sector in the world, and I will. So I can say that the energy sector is there are lots of entrepreneurs and businesses in the whole world thinking about solutions for the main issues in the solar energy sector. And we were doing that in the past year. The main solutions are related to the production to facilitate the construction of solar plants, but also there are connectivity solutions in some of those businesses. But I think that we are thinking about the problems in an original way. For example, our token K-Volts is not just a token that will have will be a speculative token in the crypto scenery. No, it has a link with a real world. We have designed a way that it could increase its value proportionally to the growth of the business. So we have a bonus, which is we will pay part of the energy that has been produced in a year in all our factories. 2% of it will be given back to the owners of the token. So we are going to give energy to the owners of the token. So if you think about this characteristic of our token, you can realize that once the business start producing more energy, more bonuses will be distributed to the owners of the token. In other words, the more the business grow, the more plants we build, so the more energy we produce, the more bonus we will distribute, and the more will be the expectation of price increase in the token, since it will have expectation of his receiving bonus. So there is a link between the token KVZ and the real world. So the more the better will be the energy sector, the solar energy sector in Brazil or in the world, the more the token will appreciate its value. So there is a link. So the bonus is a way of creating a link. There is a regional way of doing that. It doesn't depend on our efficiency as a company, because it's not related to our profits. The bonus is related to the amount of energy generated. So it's related to the environment, the solar energy environment, and the business growth. So there is one thing that it's a technical issue, and it's an original thing that we came up using our creativity and the problems that we try to solve. But there are lots of other differences between our business and any other that could possibly be right now being taking with some company. I'm following lots of them, and I know there are lots of differences. We are a startup. We had our first plans written in the beginning of last year. So like in May, we had our first plans, and we managed to have our first plant. Please, Anderson, if you could show us our first solar plant, which was built in the north of Brazil, which is a region with a high solar insolation. So it's a place where it's well fitted for solar energy generation. So in just 4 months after the first plans were written down and on a paper, we managed to have our first solar plant built. And also we had our pre-sale of our token in just 4 months after that. So we have a team that has the ability to move fast, and we have already accomplished a lot of many of the steps we presented in our roadmap, such as first plant, first pre-sale. We have now our private seed sale, many partners that has joined us in this mission. So I think in terms of a business management, we are prepared to be a competitive company and to fulfill or to do all the steps that we are promising in our roadmap. And that's it. I think I covered the most important parts. of it. I have not prepared for that question. I'm doing that. I'm just thinking about it, and I think Anderson. If you want to add something that I missed, please make yourself comfortable. Thank you.
No, that's perfect.
Thank you, sir, for that. Actually, so statistics show that Brazil has reached the mark of the more than, as you know, around the 13 gigawatt of the energy produced by the large plants and also distributed the photovoltaic roofs. So I think this is the reasons that is growing the investment in this sector, I think.
Yeah, there are solar energy works different for each part of the world, and we also, for example, are aiming now at Europe and other regions around the world. But in Brazil, solar energy it works perfectly. We have some during all the year.
Yeah, thank you. So both of you. So do you want to take describe more or take the community questions? Because I saw people are waiting for a long time to ask you some questions. So if you agree, then I can choose someone to ask question.
Yeah, just I'd like to briefly before open for your question, guys, and I apologize for that. I think it's important to show for you our tokenomics here. Also, I invite you guys to get to see on our
Yeah,
website, but I'll briefly show it.
definitely.
So, as you can see here, we have 8% for our seed sale, 10% for our private sale, and both of them are on our website now, as I showed for you guys here. And we have 4% for our fair launch, 1% for advisors, or 1% for airdrop, 3% for advisors, 10% for the team, 20% for our ecosystem fund, 5% for market, and 10% for strategic reserve, and 29% for exchange and liquidity pool. And guys, you can also see here, everything has a vesting system with a cliff. So basically, for you guys to understand this informations here. TGA is basically the launch. So when you buy on our seed sale, you receive 5% at the launch, and then you have a 3 month cliff. That means you won't receive nothing during 3 months, and then it will leave 9.5% monthly for you about the purchase you made. And for private, you receive a little bit more, 7.5%, but also 2 months cliff. And for our fair launch, you receive, of course, everything. It's a fair launch. And you can actually see here we have a vesting system for pretty much everything. And I won't take too long, but that's an important thing. And as I told you, none of these can be changed. It's all audited by solid proof. So we can move on, Ginny. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. So anyone can visit their website. Their all the social links have been put it on our Astronaut, and their website is that is capeholds.com.br. You may check on it, and also you may check their white paper also. So don't worry. So people ask you, raise your hand so that I can choose someone to ask questions. So the first of all, it is Jinga Bima. Hello, Jinga.
Halo, halo sir. Okay, my question.
Yeah. Ask your question, please.
Okay, my question. Can you tell us what will be the sale price and maximum amount of token that can be bought? Also, what plan do you have to make sure token maintain a stable price and not have a drastic drop? Thank you.
Okay. So, as you guys can see here, we actually don't need max buy or anything related to this because we have everything set up into our vesting system, and our vesting system and everything related to our ecosystem, it was built in a way that works along with the physical structure of the business. So when we grow the business here in Brazil, the token also grows, and that's why we have this vesting system. So we will be able to control even more better the price of the token in the market. And that's why we also don't need to worry about these kind of things. And um, just for you guys to know, in our seed sale, for example, we had a minimum amount of $5,000 per buy, and on BSC pad as well, we you can actually buy any amount you want, but you guys, I don't know if you guys know, there you have to invest something to be able to buy from the projects that are listed there. And also on our private sale, we didn't let a lot of tokens available for people. For example, as I told you guys, we have a partnership that wants to buy our tokens. We didn't want to let all of our tokens in their hands. Also, we didn't let all of our seed sale tokens in the hands of BSC Pad. So we don't have this max buy mechanism, and that's even a thing that I don't truly believe it works, because if someone really wants to buy, he can simply make another wallet. So we have these other mechanisms that I think works a lot more better for our ecosystem. And also the strategy of not letting a lot amount of tokens into someone's hand, into one's company's hand.
Yeah, thank you, Jinga. I think you have got your answer.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Stay tuned with them and support them. So the next one is Lucky. Hello, Lucky.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. Ask your question, please.
Okay, thank you. So my question, partnership is always an important factor for every project. So who is your partner? What are the benefit you get from this relationship? This is my question. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a interesting question. And we have uh, some kind of different partners here. So let's start with Web3 partners. For example, we have BSC Pad. We also have this other huge one that I won't reveal the name for now. We have also, we are going to have other EMAs on Binance. We have to have at least 2 more EMAs there. So we have all of these partnerships around Web3 that's related also to influencers. For example, we made a video with a very well-known YouTuber out there. I always work with him. It's Whale, the DeFi Whale. He is always out there on Pink Sale. And we are also looking each day and each moment for more partnerships. We're always looking around for more communities. But I for sure know and already contacted all these tier one partners from Pink Sale, these tier one partner groups that I do believe a lot of them are good, and also other ones that aren't official partners, but I do follow these communities and I do know they are good and have investors. So we also have this plan, all of these already planned out related to Web3, and also for our companies, our physical structure out there, we already have customers, as I told you, and people that are really interested in use our system. Let me give you an example. We have here another in Brazil. We have a lot of solar energy companies, as I told you guys, and there is a huge one in a state here from Brazil that was making a lot of energy credits, and they came looking for us, asking, "Hey, how are you guys actually being able to sell these credits? We have a lot here, and they are going to expire." So we have, for example, a lot of these contexts, a lot of people that have solar plants and solar panels companies that looked for us already. And João, Kleber, all the team from Web2, they make daily research and they already have a list of potential partners and companies that want to, for example, have a discount on their energy bill each month that we are offering for them as well, and also partners that want to uh, sell transfer to us to our consortium their energy credits. So we have these, I would say, three kind of main partners backing us up. These three ways of marketing, along a lot of other things. For example, we are creating our own brand here. So uh, we have our own YouTube channel. I also would like to invite you guys here. This MA will be there, so you guys are going to be on our YouTube. I invite you guys to get to see yourself there. And we are creating now these strategies that is really necessary to make a brand in the long term. We have these things that I would say are things that make our investors more satisfied for a brief period of time, but for long term as well. We are really creating a brand. We are really making our own things. we are not only going to depend from influencers or other channels. We have our own community. We are building. We have our Discord with a lot of collabs. We are doing all the necessary, as I told you guys, to make Kavolt really a brand that people will know by Kavolt and not by other people. So that's where we aim to get. But I do know it takes years to make this happen. But we are working for that since now.
Exactly. I
So,
just want to add, I just want to complete the answer, saying that explaining that we were a group of friends that were investing in crypto and also building solar plants here in Brazil. And we get together to put our own money in the business. So we have private resources to start the business, enough for the business to be to finish the main steps that we are envisioning. But also we don't discard the participation of venture capitalists, which will be one step in the future probably, because we see our company as a Web 3.0 company also, but it is a type of service that we are presenting that has a lot to do with it creates a lot of interest from the financial sector, financial markets. So we have this vision of being a traditional, both traditional and Web 3.0 company. Mainly that because it uses Web 3.0 technology to solve a real world use case, a real world problem. So Kvolt has its 1 foot on the traditional sector and 1 foot on the 1 foot in the traditional sector and 1 foot in the Web 3.0 sector. So we are always thinking on how to finance, how to get partners from both worlds. So, and I think it's just to complete what for you to have the broad view of how we see our partners from where they come and what are we doing to reach them right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lucky, for your questions. I think you've got it. So the next one is Reaper. Hello, Reaper.
Hello, sir.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Reaper, ask your
Good,
question,
thank you.
please.
My question is, what are the main feature of your project? Please tell us. And what are your plan for 2023?
Could you
That's
repeat
an
the main
interesting
features of
question.
our budget? Could you repeat the first
What are
part
the
of your question, please?
what are the main feature of your project?
Our budget.
No, our
And
main feature, I mean,
what is your
for
plan?
our main features and our plan for this year, right? And for the next
Yep, yep,
years, I
yep.
believe. Okay. So I do believe one of our main features from our project is for sure our app, Xsun, that makes all of this possible, and that is a thing that Kavolt built itself. And I don't know if you guys truly get how important this app is, because unfortunately we can't be a lot detailed in these EMAs because we have a time to make it. As John said, all of this is a summarized uh, uh, speech. So I do believe this is one of our most important things. It what makes possible for people that are going to inject energy credits in our grid to convert them to KWZ, and also our credit card with our own flag. That, guys, for you to understand, it's also a global thing. We are looking at huge partners. For example, we can make partnerships with these huge online stores out there that you guys use daily, and since they already are here in Brazil as well, we can start talking with this huge company from Brazil but they aren't really from Brazil. They are global. Everyone with them around the world. I'd like to give you guys an example, but don't take this into consideration. It's just a hypothetically example. Amazon, Shopee, we are looking at these kind of partnerships for also you guys be able to use this credit card and this cash back. So I do believe one of our main features is this for sure the XM. And for our future plans, I think João would. I'll pass this for João. He'll know even better than me some things related to the physical structure.
I would just complement your answer, saying that we have our roadmap. We are now focusing on setting up our MVP, which is a kind of a cell that has all the features of our business and will be working, will be functioning in the country in the north of Brazil with the first consortium and the first solar plant producing energy, and inside this cell we'll have consumers will be allocating credit for the consumers, and all this stuff will be happening. I think we will have our beta version of our app in a couple of months, and also this MVP fully operational by the end of this first semester. And there are our short-term plans. But I would like to talk a little bit about our long-term plans for this business, our vision for this business. We start as a centralized company providing solutions from the clean energy sector that brings Web 3.0 investors and technology, such as automation, large database management, such as artificial intelligence, such as blockchain, safety, registration procedures, also cryptocurrency economy. So we are bringing, our aim is to bring those technologies which are in the verve of the world changings right now to this so important sector of clean energy generation, green energy generation. But we think that we start as a centralized company because we have to give incentives, proper incentives to the developers. And since we have a lot of coordination costs and lots of investment costs, it must be a centralized one at the beginning. But yeah, our vision for the future is to make this connectivity business, the connectivity part of our business, to go centralized, to become a the app. So that's the reason why we value so much our community. We have a community of thousands of people in our Telegram and also in our Discord, Instagram, YouTube. So we think that it's being decentralized, bringing the community to take care of the business will help the business to go to every part of the world. So that's our main vision and main plan, main objective for our future, to be global, to stay global, to be in any part of the world. And we think that to do that, one of our main strengths is to use our community. And in the long-term future, we think that all businesses in the crypto scenario will be in some sort, in some way, in the metaverse. So we also think that in the future, we want to be part of it. and that's our vision for the long, long future. Uh, I think that that is that I have completed your answer, Anderson. And if you have any more questions, please, Jean.
Definitely. So thank you for your question and answer, sir. So the next one is Reaper, and I unmuted him previously. Hello, Reaper.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
ask your question, please.
Okay, so I just want to know, I've been, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I've been in your website, I checked everything, I see
Yeah,
when,
loud and clear.
okay, so I said I went through your website, I said everything is set. So I just want to know about the team, how was the experience of and background of the team been effective in the success of this project so far?
Um, I don't know if I quite get your question. You want to know more about the team? Is that correct?
Yeah, how has your experience and background been effective in the success of this project so far?
Yeah. Okay. So, can you repeat the second part? Exactly what you want to know? I couldn't hear it very clear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so my question is how has the team experience and background been effective in the
Oh.
success of this project so far? And also what you hope to add to the blockchain industry?
Oh. Thank you, man. Sorry, I couldn't hear at first. It was a. I had to increase your volume here. But so, um, I do believe our team is very experienced and not only related to Web 3.0, I'll get you there, but for example, Kleber or also our CEO with João, he is a person that worked with banks and all this kind of things for more than 16 years. So all of these that I told you guys about credit card and how we are going to actually be able to financiate some power plant for someone, it all comes from him. And I asked from him and João, of course, and all the team, but especially this part related to him. And I asked him question, for example, how can you guarantee that this guy are going to pay us? How will this work? I asked a lot of questions for him about all this financial structure, and he for sure has a lot of background on there that is helping us. João, as I told you, he has a master in law and also in economics. Sandoval Martins and Amilcar, they are mainly our guys that create and coordinate our marketing. Amilcar is mainly our designer and Sandoval the head of our marketing. But you guys are seeing here just some part of our team. Our team is really much, much, much more bigger, and that's not something cheap to maintain as well, especially because we have here some, I do believe, the best specialists in Brazilian market. For example, Renata Leitão is a person that handle the or I forgot especially the word in English, but tests about us in some huge websites out there like Yahoo Finance, Benzinga, and everything that you guys saw out there. It is really difficult to get here in Brazil to get into these huge websites or this place, because when you talk to crypto, we talk of crypto here in Brazil, you will be a lot of people won't let you go further. You'll be blocked in a lot of aspects here in Brazil because we had a lot of problems with crypto here all around the world last year when these scams came around. Even they made some laws to regulate crypto here in Brazil that are going to be working this year. And thinking of that, each of them have a specialty in their area, and we working together as a team, we make some things that I can't even believe. For example, Jackson is the one that makes the background of helping us in getting to, for example, BSC Pad, and also our other partner that we have for our private, and a lot of partnerships that come from Web3. They actually come from him. He has a lot of experience. Since I've been working in this market that must have been for now 3 years. I knew Jackson. I worked with him. I bought his work. In the beginning of my career here, I used to work with him buying what he did for projects. So he worked for more than, I don't know, 50 projects. He never showed his face. As well, neither did I. For example, I worked with the team that make market for Bomb Crypto for a time. I really played some professional games before getting to this NFT play to earn things. And when I came into this world, people started looking for people like us to help balance their matchmaking, because we're literally making 100% or 98% win in these games, and they needed to know why we would we were able to do this. We had, for example, the highest price scholarships in the market. They were with us. So I started working with tokens as well, and also in this play to earn system. But I also have a lot of experience with tokens. I invest every day here in Binance as well. I know how things work pretty well. But also I work with a lot of projects related to market and all these things. And this is the first project that I really tell you guys to hold. I never even told anyone in my life to buy a coin hold. Since I came from NFT games, I always tell people, you can buy, you can sell. You need to play the game as well. Not only let your money there and it will grow forever. You need to buy, you need to sell. But this project here is a project that in 2, 3 years will give you guys so much benefits that it makes no sense not to hold it. But we have for sure a really experienced team and a really good background. Is in fact the best team I ever worked with. Uh, that's why I tell you guys he's the best team I ever saw from Brazil, and that's why I believe we could, for example, achieve getting to be the first one to get into BSC Pad and Binance as well, Binance Live. But yeah, I do love my team, and I really glad to work with them. After working with all kind of projects out there, you guys know that not every of them are organized. As much as I tried my best in every project I was, this is for sure the first one that I really appreciate the opportunity for being here, guys. It's really a great project and a great team.
Okay, exactly. As I was also telling you that we are business with a foot in the Web 2.0 and the other one in the Web 3.0 areas. We have a team that is also focused on these both areas. And then we have this, like, we can divide our team in a Web 2.0 team and a Web 3.0 team. I am very proud of both. They are really experienced professionals. And we faced, because we started in Brazil, and I think it was patience and exercise for our life, because Brazil has lots of problems and things that have to be done, which poses a lot of difficulties, but also opportunities. And because of it, I think we have developed a team that can face those difficulties and take the most of the opportunities that they present. In the Web 2.0 side, for example, we have to have people working with solar plants in the energy sector. I myself, I am in charge of it. I'm an electronic engineer, but also have experience in law and economics. And I embraced this project. Now I'm working for it. I'm putting all my effort on it, and also collaborates from the banking sector. So all the problems that we have, all the solutions that we came up with from the payments, to set up payments, and also to use banking and all this stuff, we have already accomplished. We have already solved mainly because of his experience and knowledge on that field and the people that he brought with him that are also experienced and has they show their capabilities of doing this stuff. We have also in the side of the marketing, which is really important for our investors because marketing guarantees that we can not only are capable of doing the business, but we can sell it, we can present it, and that is I think one of the important parts that the investors take in account. We have really experienced guys, like we have the Web 2.0 guys like Sandoval Martins and Amilcar Zalafan, which are experienced in the Web 2.0, have developed a lot of marketing and advertising campaigns. And also, if you see our website, in my point of view, it's a professional website with all the information that you need. You will find it there. You find them there. If you wanted to see our white paper, it's well presented. It's clear. It's in English. So if you wanted to see our factories, there are pictures of it there, and you are also invited if you wanted to make a visit to our first solar plant. I'm glad to receive you all in Brazil. You are all invited. Also to our headquarters, which is close to the first solar plant and is in the north of Brazil. You are all invited if you wanted to come and visit us and check it out. We also have so the website was designed by us, so it's our work from our design area, our marketing area. We haven't contracted it. We haven't bought it. We did it. And Anderson is showing us our landing page for the NFTs, the K-Volt NFTs, which is also our own work. It was made inside our headquarters. So things that we are doing by ourselves. So we have experience and knowledge to do. And this is also backed by our Web 3.0 crew. We have really experienced people working there. I will not say many about them because Anderson has just made a complete presentation of him and of Jackson. They are really young, but really good and experienced professionals in the field. You can see that by checking out our tokenomics and vesting systems and all the stuff that we presented in our website. All the information is in our website. That shows you the quality and ability of the team. So it's not just a thing that we want to say it to you. I invite you to see with your own eyes, checking out our website, our documents. We have articles in our blog sector. In the website, there is a blog page, which we have written articles about the energy sector in Brazil and also about the future of the company. What is our vision for the future, and how we see why we focused on small and medium-sized companies in Brazil, why it is less costly, is the most efficient way to produce energy in Brazil. And so it's not something that we decided to do because it's beautiful. No, it's not. It's something that we decided to do to focus on it because there is a rationality, a business rationality behind it. I think I spoke too much, a lot. I'll let Anderson and Jeannie continue, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Thank you, Reaper. I think you have got it because described in very detail. So I think you have got it. No worry. So the next one is Ismaidi. Hello, Ismaidi. Are you there? Hello, Ismaidi. Okay, so Nick, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, ask your question, please.
Can I ask my question?
Yeah, definitely. Ask your question, please. Hello, Nick.
My question is, where can the last, sorry, where can I latest update or more information about the project?
Okay, we are going to give all these links for you guys here, but on our website you can actually see our white paper down here. It has a lot of information, and I mean a lot. It is even possible in our website for you guys to see what we need to make one power plant. Each thing that is necessary to build it here on our plant page. So we have a lot of information here as well. I invite you guys to check out our YouTube channel and our social medias that we are even making a Medium now, working on a lot of all these social medias that you guys know out there. We are on it. We are also going to Medium into Reddit now. We do know there are a lot of crypto investors out there, but I would like to make this invitation for you guys. There are a lot of information here. I don't quite know if that was your question, but I hope it answers it. Is that okay?
Actually, he wants to know that your latest, where he can get the latest information and update. So, Nick, for you, just stay tuned with their all social links and follow their Twitter and so on. So from that, you will get all their update and information. No worry. Thank you, Nick, for your question. So the next one is, it's Rick, I think. Hello, Rick.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask your question,
Yeah, sure.
please.
Okay, my question is, revenue is an important aspect for all projects to survive and maintain the project. How have you been able to build a complete project, and what is the way to generate profit revenue of the token? What is the income model?
Excellent question. Thank you very much. As a startup, sorry, Anderson, I will start with that, okay? If you don't mind. Thank you. So as I was saying, it is an excellent question. As in a startup, all startups, they at the beginning they drain money. They don't generate money, and I'm really I know that very much. We are, as I was telling you in the past answer, one of the last answers, we are a group of friends that have invested our own money to it. So we have a business plan for the whole business, which again it includes it's formed by two different sectors. So there is a revenue projection for the Web 2.0 part of the business, which is totally different from the Web 3.0. So in the Web 2.0, I like this differentiation because it shows us that we are a real case, a real world use case of we are kind like a real world use case of a crypto company, a crypto business. So we have so when I say Web 2.0, I'm saying that it's a part of the business related to the real world, to the energy sector, to the green energy production sector. So in that field, in that part of the business, our revenue will be generated by collecting fees from the users of the platform, It's one of the main source of revenue. So you can imagine that if we can go global and offer our platform, our app in many parts of the world. And if you imagine that most producers, that most people, not only the ones that have already built their own solar plants, but also the ones that want to invest in the solar energy sector, building their plants, since they realize that there is an app, there is a platform that will help them to sell their energy, and also to deal with the companies that the concessionaires, the companies that run the electric sector, the distribution of energy in that country, in that place. So if they realize that, they can be interested in set up a business in the solar energy sector, because it's a business. In Brazil, we have a payback of just 3 years, so it's a really profitable business, and so we have a huge market. We have a market of all the people that has already built their own solar plants, and all the ones that would like to invest in solar plants. That is our mission, is to popularize this type of energy production, clean energy production. So we have a huge market of it, and also all the consumers that want to have the choice to consume clean energy. Currently, in the centralized paradigm of the energy sector, you cannot choose which energy you will consume. If you are consuming energy from the electric grid, the public grid, you cannot choose. For example, in Brazil, the main source of energy, of electricity, is from hydroelectric plants, which are centralized paradigm also because they are huge factories, huge plants, far from the place where the consumers really are. So that's the reason they call centralized production way of producing energy. If there is not enough rain in Brazil, they have to turn on the thermoelectric plants, which is a expensive way of producing energy, and also really polluting way. So it pollutes a lot. It's one of the most ways of producing energy the ways of producing energy that it's most pollutant. So you don't have that choice to say to the company, no, don't turn on the thermoelectric plants. You don't have that choice. So the consumers that will join the system will pay their electric energy bill to the platform. They will be sponsoring this type of energy production. They will have the choice by only making a registration in the platform in the next month to start consuming energy from solar plants, so to consume clean energy. So it's a huge market. Can you imagine of anyone in the world that doesn't want to consume clean energy? I think it's hard to say, right? So if you can conclude, we can conclude that anyone who wants to connect to that system, maybe if they have a cost benefit, such as a discount in their electricity bill. That is another reason why those people would want to connect to that system. So we have a huge market. So in our projection, the revenues that come from this, so all these people will pay fees for connecting to the system. The system will collect will have revenues from this type of source, and in our projections, it can be huge. You can just think about some Web 2.0 businesses that are already well succeed, such as Uber. It is in the whole world. You can use Uber in any part of the world, and it's a business of a huge revenue also. And there are some other revenues from the Web 2.0, minor revenues from the Web 2.0. For example, K-Volts will also have its own factories that will not only providing, because K-Volts will connect its factories to the system also and provide fees to the system. But also K-Volts will have its own factories and will have revenues from producing solar energy and selling it to consumers. And I just wanted to remind you that this is a business with a 3-year payback, which is a really a good payback for any activity. Also, K-Volts will finance other people, other entrepreneurs, other businesses that want to build their own factories. K-Volts will use the proceeds from the token issuance to finance the construction of solar plants for other people. So K-Volts will have financial revenues from this operation. I can say that there are some other revenue sources in the Web 2.0 side of the business, but also we have revenues from the Web 3.0. One of the examples that we have that is the related activities that we have to related activities of Web 3.0 that are not the token activities, not token revenue, not just token revenue, which is a revenue that will be used for investment. It will not be used for paying our costs or giving to the developers, nothing like that. It's the money raised in the crypto scenario will be used to invest. That's our plan. We have it's written in our white paper and everything in our website. So that's the way we will do things. But we have related revenues, such as the NFT revenues, and all this the things that we can come up with in the way of when we were developing our business. They are regarding the Web 3.0 activities, such as in the future we want to have our proprietary, our own blockchain, registering all the information that we have in every part of our of the energy production and the allocation of credits and also the payments. We want to register it in blockchain, and also that own blockchain will be the basis for decentralization in the future. So it will collect blockchain fees and will be another source of revenue for the business. And also we have NFTs are a really important thing to mention because it's already launched. So it's something real. It's something that we have already accomplished. It was not launched. It was already designed. It was already set up. It will be launched in February. So we have the chance to buy our NFTs, and it's something that is just a related revenue. So we have many sources of revenue. We have a really deep and comprehensive business plan that we took a long time and a lot of effort to design it, to do it, and we're still working on it. With that, I think I have answered your question. Thank you very much.
Yes, I
Yeah,
got it. My
definitely. It was so long.
sir,
Yeah,
if
Rick,
you don't
thank you. So they're generating their revenue in different sources. No worry about that. They have a lot of potential on that. So, sir, we need to wrap up the CMA. It's almost 1 hour and 42 minutes. So, as you know, we have the time limitation. This is not possible to unmute everyone through this one AMA. So, I just want to request everyone that if you have any questions or any inquiry about them, just to visit their Telegram group and ask on there. They will answer it, no problem. So, sir, we need to wrap up this AMA. Before wrapping up, any last speech to our community?
So I'd like just to invite you guys here for our private sale. It's already going on, as you guys saw. Soon we are going to. We just started yesterday, and we didn't even make a big announcement for our community yet because we are waiting Pix. That is one of our main payment methods here in Brazil. So you guys are actually seeing here in first hand, as we say here in Brazil, at first before everyone. So we have here our private sale going on. The minimum amount to invest is $100. I'd like to invite all your group here to join us and support us. And Rick, if you want to, I can also explain more things for you later on our group or in private message about how the bonus and how our system make the valuation of our token as well into Web3 perspective. But that's it, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity for being here. And thank you, Jeannie, a lot. Thanks for our community. And I'll pass now for João.
Thank you for having us. I'm really glad to have the opportunity to answer your questions. You are a great audience with really important questions, and I just would like to have had much more time. If you let me, Gene, I would speak here for the whole day because I love what I'm doing, and
No problem, sir.
in fact, there are many other details and things about the project that are really interesting, but they are all in our website. We have this core value, which is transparency since the beginning. We put everything in our website, in our white paper, so I invite you to check it out there. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you very much, you all.
Yeah. So thank you, both of you, for your precious time to our community, and thank you everyone for joining today's AMA. And best wishes to your project, sir.
Thank you, guys, and see you later.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.